week 12, day 3, yes or not? I'm not
Yes,
sure.
yes, yes. Exactly.
Okay, very good. So, the first word is.
Expunge.
Mm-hmm.
It means to remove a name from from a list.
Yes, remove, obliterate, and omit, cross out, and these are some synonyms for expunge. And the next,
Yeah.
please.
Flamboyant. It
Mm-hmm.
means behaving in a, for example, an exciting way
Mm-hmm.
that people notice you.
Yes. Uh, any other synonym? Any synonym for that?
Uh, Showy. I don't know.
Showy, yes, showy,
Yes.
and also gaudy, Gaudy. Yeah, these are some ostentatious.
Yes.
These are some words that's particularly ostentatious. Okay.
But,
Yes.
ostentatious is about the appearance,
Yes.
isn't it?
Flamboyant, and also does flamboyant, or is flamboyant. Flamboyant refers to your appearance as well. It has two main meanings. One of them refers to the showy appearance and exaggerated, let's say, appearance to attract the attention of people.
Yeah.
Particularly flamboyant clothes, let's say, worn by models. Mm-hmm. Okay, next.
Next one is anathema. It is something that is completely opposite of what you think or what you believe in.
Anathema.
Anathema.
Yes, as you said, actually, something that is disliked, or something that you hate, resent. Yeah. Okay, and the next word is schism, and it means.
Schism. And the separation of a group into two groups
Mhm.
or two categories.
Right. Usually, the last word is utopia, and it means.
Uh, it's a perfect atmosphere, perfect place, impeccable. That's the opposite of dystopia.
Exactly. And also, it is called place of perfection. Paradise, heaven,
Yeah.
figuratively, and even Shangri-La. Shangri-La. Shangri-La is a, let's say, technical term or literary term, which was first, I think, used by one of the great English literary figures, poets, if I'm not mistaken, and it means utopia. Okay. So let's see how these words have been used in the context. The first sentence, please.
From ledgers to scripts.
And ledgers are. Well, as a matter of fact, ledgers refers to, let's say, a piece of evidence or document that is intended to record all the necessary information. It's in the form of a book, for example, that records or documents all the necessary records and let's say logs of a business, of an organization, etc. It's
a report, for example.
Yeah, record, file or dossier.
Dossier.
Dossier means a file that is used for keeping or filing the information.
Yeah.
Let me make sure about the
dossier.
Dossier, DOSSIER.
Yeah, I found it. Okay.
Yeah, dossier. Okay. So yes, please
And
start. Hmm.
yes, during the first weeks of the summer, Monsignor didn't even have time to consider whether he had made an egregious mistake.
Okay. So why didn't he just pay attention to his own production and his performance?
Why?
Because he didn't have time. He was so busy. You see?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't have time to consider whether he had made an egregious mistake means.
Egregious mistake means a bad mistake, a very silly, ridiculous mistake.
Hmm. Yes, blatant also you can say, flagrant, or as you said, bad or foul or noticeable. Okay. Okay, he was
He was
too, yes.
he was too engrossed with his work, uh, performing 1,001 odd jobs around the theater.
Hmm. Yes, he was too engrossed with means
Interested in,
interested in,
absorbed, or
preoccupied with, yes, haunted by, performing
yeah,
1,001 odd jobs. And that 1,001, why not 1,000? Can you guess?
uh, maybe it wants to mention something more than 1,000. Uh, I
It is
don't know.
intended to intensify it, to magnify it in the eyes of the reader.
Yeah,
1,001, just one and have been added to 1,000. Between 1,000 and 1,001, there isn't any big gap. But the point is that actually
yeah,
the writer artistically wants to just magnify it, you know.
yeah. Got it.
And okay, 1,001. Odd means.
Odd jobs are some small jobs of different types, and
Mhm.
but odd by itself, as an adjective, could have some other meanings such as strange or
Strange, yes. All right. Around the theater. Okay. First, there was. Let me just take a part two.
okay.
First, there was the opening production of a chorus line. Then 2 weeks of the Fantastics, followed by a poignant diary of Anne Frank, which did excellent business. Okay, so let me see. Opening production of chorus line means.
Actually, it refers to a group of people
Mhm.
who uh, stand in a, for example, a straight line, and or for example, singing something, or dancing, or performing
Right.
something.
Yes. That collective and group performance in the form of singing and dancing before a huge audience. That is called chorus line, and also there are some repeated verses. You know, in the middle of their performance, they repeat something again and again. Fantastics followed by poignant means.
Poignant, it's an adjective, and it means making you feel sad or
Mhm.
pity, or full of pity.
Yes, yes, that's right. Diary of Anne Frank did excellent business. Okay, please continue.
Yes. All, all through those weeks, Mont painted, carried, nailed, collected, ran, studied, and perspired.
Hmm. Yeah, so he did everything, and he was so busy.
Yeah.
Uh, Carried, nailed, collected, ran, studied, and perspired. Means perspired.
Sweating. Was
Yeah.
sweating.
Because of what?
because of doing lots of things, odd
Yes.
jobs.
That's right. Yeah, it means actually the person was so busy doing many things or taking up so many responsibilities that were rather tiring and exhausting, physically particularly, and because of that he was in perspiration. When a person is in perspiration, it means that he or she is actually doing a lot of manual tasks. I think one of the quotations by Einstein was that success is up to 90% perspiration and 10% inspiration. Yeah, I've heard of it. And do you know what it means?
It means that being industrious is at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also it's more important than just having a high level of IQ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he had expunged all traces of debits and credits from his mind, buying himself in the more flamboyant world of the theater. Okay, he had expunged all traces of debits and credits. What is the relationship between them?
Debits means decreasing the amount of money from an account.
Mm-hmm.
Credits is the opposite of debits.
I see, yeah. So when you withdraw money, the outcome would be
Yeah.
some debit. And when
Debits.
you deposit, that is actually credit. You add up to the credit or balance, balance.
Balance is the rest of money that you need to
Mhm.
pay someone. Yeah.
No. Is the rest of money in your account your overall credit? Okay. For example, you have $5,000 in your bank account. This is your balance right now. When you add another $1,000, your balance would be $6,000. Yeah, you increase your balance.
Yeah.
And interest is a kind of profit that you make by, going through some, following some strategies. Interest.
Yeah. Yes.
Accounting.
Accounting became anathema. Yeah. Anathema
Yes.
to him. Anathema to him as the schism between his present utopia and his former drudgery widen.
Yes. Okay, hopefully you correct yourself. Just making the process easier for me. Okay, so accounting became anathema to him as the schism between his present utopia and former drudgery widened. So the gap became more noticeable and considerable. And he was getting to even actually like his current status more and more.
Yeah.
Why was that the case?
Just a second, let me
Mhm.
think of it. And what's your question? Because of it widened gap, yeah.
No. Why was he getting to love his current condition more and more? And the gap was becoming actually more, as you said, noticeable.
Because he was gaining more money or having more activities.
Yes, and also because he didn't like his former roles that he had been, let's say, taking or playing. And it says that it was a drudgery. It means that just forget about the monetary issues. He did not like those tasks.
Exactly.
Mhm. Sentences, let's do it one by one. In Lost Horizon, a character recoiled at the idea of living in a utopia. And when you recoil at the idea of something, it means
To move back or change your mind or
mhm. Yeah. As a matter of fact, again, we can use that word anathema. You have anathema, or that particular thing is an anathema to you. It means that you don't like it and you keep distance from that.
yeah,
You see, you keep distance.
yeah.
And yeah, I cannot believe why a person cannot just accept the idea of living in a utopian place. It is ironic.
Yeah.
Okay, please, number 2.
Number two, a pernicious schism developed between the two sisters.
Yeah, again, you have problems pronouncing schism.
Develop.
No,
Oh.
schism. Yeah,
Schism.
you said a schism.
Oh. Yeah.
Mhm. Schism. Consonant cluster in English phonetics. You know,
Yeah.
two or more consonants, not vowels, one after each other. It's rather difficult for people to pronounce them, for people, I mean, non-native speakers. Okay.
You mean
Mhm.
when we have S at the beginning of every word, we have the same scenario for
No,
pronunciation?
not every word. And after S, there must be another consonant.
Consonant. Oh, okay.
You know, not vowel. For example,
okay.
sword is easy to pronounce, but sport is not.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, even more difficult is structure, because st and re are one after each other. They appear one after each other, and it makes the process of pronunciation and articulation of sound even actually more difficult. So, and what about pernicious?
Harmful or evil?
Yes, vicious, harmful, wicked, and negative. And we have another word similar in spellings, and that is pugnacious. Do you know what it means?
Yes. Just a second. I
Okay.
can remember. Pugnacious means argumentative.
Bravo. Belligerent, combative, aggressive, fierce, ferocious. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, developed between the two sisters. All right. So the traitor's name was anathema in his father's domicile. Who is a traitor?
A person who is faithful towards his country or his team or family,
Who is faithful or who is not?
who follow the rules of a team. A person who
Mhm.
follows or do not. A person doesn't do something which is opposite to the beliefs of
Traitor.
the group.
The opposite of what you said. You see?
The meaning of faithful, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that person, a traitor, is not a faithful person.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is unfaithful, disloyal,
Yes,
or
yeah.
also you can say treacherous. You know treacherous?
No treacherous. Yeah.
Yes, treacherous. TREA
Yeah.
TEROUS. Let me make sure. Hold on.
Traitorous. Like,
Treacherous,
Traitorous.
yes, it is TRATOROUS.
Yeah.
Yes, treacherous. Persian say خائن.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. And domicile means
Home.
home and abode. Mhm. Okay, next, please.
Our theatrical pages were inundated with press release from the flamboyant producer.
Well, as a matter of fact, it is first of all inundated.
Inundated.
Yes, inundated, and then releases
Yeah.
and theatrical.
Yes.
Mhm. We're inundated with a synonym for that.
Swap or full of something. Or
Mhm.
being
Flooded with.
preoccupied. Yeah.
Mhm. Flooded with releases from the flamboyant producer. Okay, the rest is clear. After having made the rash statement, the senator wished that he could expunge them from the record. Could you put it in another form, starting with gerund? Put the whole sentence.
Made or I don't know.
Bravo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Continue.
Having made the rash statements,
Mm-hmm. Okay. The rest.
The senator.
Yes, the rest. I was just waiting for you.
The
Yes.
senator wished that he could expunge them from the record.
Yes. You know, in this structure, the subject must be the same. You know, it's very important that the subject in the two sentences must be the same. So if the subject, actually, if we have two subjects, you cannot put it in that formula.
Uh-huh.
You see, and it is the case here, the subject of the two sentences here actually is the senator.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
you can
if-
put it in this way.
If it weren't the same, I mean the subject.
You
and-
couldn't use that structure.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
And or the other point is that we have a hierarchy of, let's say, events, one taking place after the other one in the past.
Uh-huh. And we need to care about the hierarchy. Yeah.
Yes, it means actually the action after having done or having past participle of any verb has taken place before the other one.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that is happened after having done is the result. Yeah.
No, it's not necessarily based on causality, or it's not a cause and effect relationship. It's just actually two things that have taken place in a sequential order. It means one after another.
What do you mean? The second part is always has always the lower rank in the hierarchy.
Well, hierarchy, I meant chronological hierarchy, not just in terms of importance.
Yeah.
You know, in this example, having made that decision, the decision or the process of making that decision has happened earlier than actually the decision to or the regret for expunging that document.
Yeah. Oh God.
Okay. So, definition parts: expunge, erase, flamboyant, showy, colorful, anathema, something greatly detested, schism, split, utopia, place of perfection. And the idiom parts, please. Save face,
To save face, to avoid disgrace.
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 Mm-hmm.
Disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and instead of firing the corrupt executive, they allowed him to retire in order that he might save face.
Yes. Instead of, I think you said instead, and you said something else. Firing,
Instead.
yeah. For firing,
Yeah.
could you give me a synonym?
The synonym is kick,
Mhm.
kickback, kick off, or
Yeah, that is
kick
too
out, kick out.
informal. Too
Yes.
informal, yeah. Yeah.
Or puts. We have something with put, I suppose. Yeah.
Lay somebody off, and also sack, S-A-C-K.
Yeah.
Give somebody an axe, A-X-E.
Yeah.
These
Give
are
somebody
some-
axe.
Give somebody an axe. Axe means tabar.
Right.
Mhm. These are some. Particularly lay off is the most formal one. You see?
Yeah. But